How's it going, everybody? I hope you're having a heroic day. Today we're going to take a look at how I was able to get over 32,000 capital peak points, hitting a couple of workshops, a couple of barbarian camps, and a few others. Let's jump right into the first attack. Going to be going with a builder's workshop, 2-shot. And it is a slight variation on the basic layout. They have the bottom portion of the base relatively the same, but they have moved one of the giant cannons over, one of the crushers, so they've sort of fortified this area. However, we're going in with the classic graveyard ground spam strategy. Even brought in a couple of hog riders to mix things up in case we need support on these crushers. We've got one graveyard on the backside of the giant cannon, so that as skeletons spawn, sometimes the cannon will shoot backwards. Got one on the multi-mortar, hopefully to take that out, as well as to also provide an additional distracting source in case the giant cannon decides to point that way. And then lastly, we have one over the blast bow. Getting some good damage on that. And now we're just trying to watch and see where the split happens. So everything kind of circled back around to the other side. So our giants are way behind. So it's a good thing that we brought in a couple of hogs. But oof, that was a devastating shot. That giant cannon hit just took out all those super wizards all at once. But we got enough of the base taken out. As long as you get around 35% and usually one or two of the big splash defenses taken out, then you're in good shape. So we're just placing the other graveyards on the areas that we want some additional help with. We also deploy our troops in an arc fashion. Giants first, then super wizards, and then you can sprinkle in a couple of rams wherever you think it is needed. It's always good to hold on to a few rams, just in case there's like a weird angle where the giants go off on one side, then the super wizards kind of lag behind. But here we have a bunch of skeletons from all of those graveyards. So it's going to be important to try and save as many of those as possible. So we drop one ram down low to distract for a little bit. Get unlucky with the other hit where the giant cannon takes out almost all of them. So we are running very low on troops. And this attack gets very, very close towards the end, as we have now lost all of our super wizards, and we are just down to giants. And there is the mega hidden Tesla. And the last spear thrower goes down. So we don't get that much bonus gold, but it was a very nice 2-shot. Next up is in the 7th raid. We're going to be looking at a balloon lagoon. Almost was able to finish off the base. Got a little unlucky with the pathing. But here we have a couple of graveyards set up from the first attack. And then we are placing our other graveyards on the remaining defenses that we want to try and take out. So here we're just trying to get a couple of the giants in. Try to get them up closer so we can deploy these super wizards behind. Because unfortunately, as the giants get targeted by the rocket artilleries, as they move, the wizards typically are directly in the path of the rockets. So as you can see, we have a bunch of troops left over. However, they're starting to take a weird split. And we're going into this area. And there's one log trap, 2 log traps, 1 bomb, and another bomb. So all of those helpful skeletons are no longer with us. And we just did not have enough juice to get through those 2 bomb towers, unfortunately. But we still picked up over 5,000 points from that attack, which is good enough for me. Now we're taking a look at a Golem quarry cleanup. This one is very nice, has almost 6,000, or has precisely 6,210 capital peak points. And we are going in with the other variation. I don't typically use it, but it is the Hog Rider spam graveyard strategy. The hogs do work out well if there are a bunch of defenses. So as you can see, like on the first attack, almost all the trash buildings were taken out. So on the back end, it's just almost all defenses. Don't even need a heal spell, just with all the graveyards. And if you spread out the hogs, they usually overwhelm the base, especially if it is a poor base layout. So we get a lot of bonus gold from that one, 115. Next up is a Barbarian Camp cleanup attack, just under 6,000 points. We have prepped the base to finish off with air. Brought a couple of ramps to help open up the walls to get better deployment. And now we are just sending in the balloons one at a time. Occasionally we'll send in 2 packs of balloons on a Tesla or an air bombs or rocket artillery if we get close. But we have more than enough balloons left for this last rapid rockets and air defense. Don't get me wrong though, a couple more extra seconds, slightly different pathing, it would have been much, much closer. But we are able to take it out and get all of those awesome points. And a little bit of a bonus of 45 capital peak points. And last but not least, we're taking a look at another Barbarian Camp cleanup. This one's worth a little over 6,000. Drop in 1 ram to get through that wall section for better deployment. Graveyards go over the remaining air defense clusters of defenses. And we are really just worried about getting this rocket artillery and this air bombs taken out, because those are the ones that are going to destroy all of our balloons as they eventually group up together. It's very similar to the home village, where you can start with the balloons all spread out, specifically targeting different defenses, but then eventually they all pool together, and if you are facing an air bombs, all those balloons could potentially get 2-shotted, which is no good. But now all the defenses are down, just clean up the base. We even get an extra bonus of 78 gold. So I hope this video was helpful for you. Hope you learned a thing or two. If you liked the video, feel free to like and subscribe. It helps me out tremendously. And there'll be a couple more videos on the screen if you want to check them out. Thanks for watching. Take care.